You're listening to Mix Off Air with Duffy Moon, Amber Kay, Camper Kyle, and Kelsey Lorenz. And now, the Mix Mornings Post Show.
That's right, a post show, because during the actual bit on the radio this morning, Mix Mornings, 6 to 10 every weekday on Mix 107.5, during that bit, I got like 3 rules out because these two
We were helping.
Yeah.
kept talking.
We were talking about etiquette.
We were discussing. We were throwing out ideas.
You know, bouncing it off each other.
Brainstorming.
Boom.
I know it's been a few hours since we did it, but that is not how I remember it happening.
Oh, that's exactly how I remember.
All right.
Yeah.
But now I prefaced it by saying that, you know, we're all going, a lot of us are going to be traveling around this time of the year, and so I want to help.
8.8 million to be exact.
Wow, really?
In the mountain region.
Oh. And I want to make my flight, this is kind of selfish, I want to make my flight better. And so I'm going to try to make everyone else's flight better by letting you know.
And by better, he means he wants you to do what he likes.
No. This is what this list. I did not create this list of airline etiquette.
I agree with it.
I do agree with it. Yes, absolutely.
See, my flight, what I would consider it being better, may be different than what you would consider it being better.
I think my flight.
Yes.
You ever notice how she just kind of like?
I just kind of start a sentence and just
Kelsey,
see if it goes.
Kelsey.
Yeah, Kelsey. Well, see, Amber, then I can use you as a compare contrast.
Okay.
You can disagree or agree with these rules.
All right.
I'll too.
Rule number 1.
I'll too.
All two. Rule number 1: never ask if you can skip someone in the security line.
Oh, well,
You just do it. You don't ask.
Sometimes you're late, though. Like, one time I was super
Don't be late!
Yeah, but one time, it was my fault. It was. But
Was this the story where you forgot things 3 times before you showed up to the airport?
Yes.
Well, see, normally-
Mr. and Mrs. McNichol, I'm so sorry.
Well, see, normally when you go and you check in, if you're late, like they'll zoom you through security.
Oh.
What?
Just me?
What? What? Are you serious?
You know what?
Oh my gosh.
I think that happened. Now that you're questioning it. I don't know.
Sometimes I actually really, really enjoyed traveling with my sister when she had all her kids because like they would be so good, like such good little babies. But I mean, after like an hour or 2 of waiting, they just would start to go crazy. So I would like let them sit out there and make a scene.
Oh boy.
To get us going.
Are you two the type of flyers that I get irritated at when I'm walking through the airport?
I feel like you get irritated with everyone.
I don't. I'm a very nice person. You know what's funny? This is off topic. One of the best things I like to see when I'm at the airport is someone running to their flight because it makes me feel better about myself.
That's not fair. One time I got off my flight and I only had 40 minutes to make it to the other flight. So all of us going on that flight, no, because we got in late. So it was like 30 minutes and we had to go all the way across. It was Houston.
Right, but it still makes me feel better because I'm not running. I have a rule. I won't run in airports. So,
Sorry.
You okay?
I don't know what's wrong with me. I keep moving. I keep falling.
So the rationale behind this rule that I just gave out, by the way, don't ask to skip, is because you're causing someone to potentially be uncomfortable because now they have to either make a stand and say no because maybe they themselves are late and they're still waiting, or you have to let them say yes and now they get skipped.
I mean, okay, but if they're on time, then it shouldn't be that big of a deal.
But you just don't know. So just here's what's funny is at the bottom of this rule it says just be on time. Which you should be, by the way. It makes me less. I showed up one time just a little bit late.
That's easy to say when you don't have kids and you go to get them out of their car seat and their poop has exploded all up their back, and so then you got to clean them, change their clothes, change their diaper, do all of this.
Yeah, Kyle, I think you're kind of selfish.
No.
And then everybody's like, "Oh, why are you late?" And I was like, "Do you think I wanted to deal with that?
That would be
I
why.
can't control that."
You know what? If I would sit there with that dirty diaper and just, please, will you let me cut, and then stick it in their faces.
Rule number 2, don't get upset if a TSA agent is rude to you. Disagree with that one. I'm just going to say that.
I understand if they're generally grumpy.
Sure, they're doing it all day.
But yeah, being personally rude.
Yeah, unless I did something.
Because then I feel like they're trying. If someone's in that power, they have that power to, have you cavity search.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're baiting you. Like if they're being rude, they want you to react so that then they can show their power over you.
Yeah, little man syndrome.
you're acting violent. We're going to pull you out of line. Oh, are you hiding something? Come back into this room. Like, if people...
I don't know what's happened to you at the airport. I just get irritated when they are acting irritated. And I'm like, just be nice.
When someone has power to control...
Yeah, I get that, yeah.
Then I feel like if they're being rude, it's almost like they're being rude because they know that you're too scared to respond how you would normally respond because you know they have power over you. And then I get even more angry because of that.
Yeah, but see, I have this rule with like everyone from like McDonald's workers to TSA agents. Just don't be rude. Just be nice. Just be nice. Now I get it. You're doing the same thing every day. You're probably working with like, and I've been in the line before in security.
A lot of people.
I've seen some of the people. There's some just I don't want to say stupid, but stupid people in the line who are trying to use like loopholes and stuff to get through security. It's like, nah. Just do it all like everyone else does it. That's a tangent. Rule number 3, don't leave like 20 bins of your personal belongings sitting on the edge of the conveyor belt. Why are you laughing, Kelsey?
Well, honestly, I only travel with the carry-on.
Me too.
And I'm actually pretty good at making sure everything is out.
Good.
And like, because I try to get through as fast as possible security.
I think what this is talking about is those little plastic bins you put your stuff in. I've seen people just leave the plastic bin there at the end of the conveyor belt. Like, you're supposed to pick it up and move away from the conveyor belt and then put everything on.
Yeah. See,
okay, when we moved down here, my husband drove like the moving truck with all of our stuff, and I had to bring my daughter, who had just turned 5, and my son, who was 8 months, by myself. Going through security because I had a stroller, I had a diaper bag, I had a bag of stuff for her, and then I had to carry him and get her shoes off. And then you're trying to get it all back on and oh my God, that was the worst travel of my life. And we had to switch planes a couple times too.
Oh man, I could not imagine.
Bad.
That does not sound fun. Rule number 4, don't ask a stranger to watch your stuff. There's actually multiple reasons why you shouldn't do this.
Yeah,
because
I don't trust anyone.
Well, A, you shouldn't trust people. B, what if that person has to like leave?
Yeah.
And now he or she feels
or they're
bad.
a terrorist.
Or 3, they're gonna think you're a terrorist for leaving your bag there, because one of the rules is don't leave a bag unattended because it could be a bomb.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they can use your bag to traffic drugs. They put a bomb on it. Watch Broke Down Palace.
That's interesting.
Woo,
I will take my bag everywhere I go. Literally. Everywhere.
Well, I'm normally with my husband, so like, I'll wash the bags while he goes to the bathroom, and then he'll wash the bags while I go.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Okay, rule number 5. Don't bring hot food from the airport into the plane with you.
Why?
Like,
for example,
spicy hot or cooked hot?
No. Like for example, don't like get a cheeseburger from the McDonald's in there, put it in your bag and save it for later, and then bring it on the airport. Don't do that.
Bomb.
It
Why?
sounds great, but it stinks up the whole airline, and then it makes a mess. That's the whole thing, Kelsey.
If I pay that much for a ticket and I want to eat, I'm going to eat.
Looking out for numero uno.
You know what? I brought tuna for lunch today, so y'all y'all can enjoy that later.
Why would you do that?
Because I'm hungry. I was running late. And some people say running late is bad. So that was the first thing I saw, so I just grabbed that.
Also, I just try not to eat at all in the airport. Like, I literally lose weight because I would rather starve than pay $8 for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Well, it's so
expensive.
I normally just drink.
Smart. I didn't think about that.
And then Bloody Marys on the plane.
Next rule. You are morally obligated. You are morally obligated to offer to switch seats so someone can sit next to the child, elderly person, or sick person in their accompaniment. Otherwise, you have the right to refuse the request. Their honeymoon be damned. So if you got like a kid, old grandpa with you, or a sick person, you are morally obligated to get up and let them sit next to them.
I would rather.
Seats.
Oh gosh, a sick person get away from me.
Person on the plane?
Yeah, that's disgusting.
That should stop. Bad. They need to go.
Yeah,
to the
that's terrible.
They need
etiquette.
to stay at the front so they're not spreading their germs all the way through the plane when they walk.
Yes.
That's fine. Yes, but also that's a plus for you wanting to switch your seats as well, so you don't have to sit next to them.
Yeah, that's true.
No, this is a hairy one. This next rule, I don't know how I feel about it. I get where they're coming from, but I don't know. Okay. Don't recline your seats in economy.
I'm reclining.
I did not know I could recline, so that's interesting.
Are you serious?
Well, I mean, every time I try to find it, I can't find it.
It's on the armrest.
I do it all the time.
Who do you fly with?
Southwest.
Yeah.
That's
what?
Yeah.
It's just a metal round button.
I could fall asleep in any position anywhere. So I usually sleep like
Sure.
that.
I don't know how I have to have something to lean against. So the thing behind this is you're
what's
crunching the people behind you, but like I've been reclined against, and you don't lose that much space because it only reclines by about 5 degrees of an angle. It doesn't actually hurt the space that much. So
What does your etiquette say about like sleeping on someone you don't know?
Don't. It's so this is actually what's funny. That was
What if it's just a creepy old man?
Kelsey, it's funny that you say that because that was
okay
a good
at the time.
That was a good segue into the next rule, which is the middle seat gets the armrests. No question. If you're in the middle seat, you get the armrests. The side seats can have the aisle to spread out on and the window to lean against. Middle seat gets the armrest. That way, the side seats on your side, like let's say you're the middle person, the people on your side won't be leaning on the armrest as they're falling asleep and then fall asleep on you.
Okay,
which actually happens.
I have pretty broad shoulders, and so when I sit down, I try not to touch. Like when I'm in the middle, I try not to touch the arm things because I'm like, I don't want to go into their space. I don't want them into my space. So I feel like I have to like squeeze my shoulders in. Because of my arms.
How do you squeeze in your shoulders?
I don't. It just turns into a shrug.
Next rule, you are allowed to say something to a parent if their kid is being obnoxious. Now, if they have a baby and the baby's crying, it might be unfortunate, but if you're a
that's
parent.
not what they mean by obnoxious.
Right,
Obnoxious is when they're kicking you in the back of the seat repeatedly.
Right.
When they're putting their hands through.
That's what I was clarifying.
When they're looking over the top of your head.
That's what I was about to clarify is don't be yelling at a mom for not being able to get the baby to stop crying. That's an unfortunate situation. It's hard to get a baby to stop crying.
That's like an uncontrollable situation.
What are you eating?
Oh.
That's like something I used to have in my lunch pack.
Yeah, that's for little kids.
She's eating like a little kid's sucky applesauce thing.
I took it from my mom.
Oh boy. So yeah, this is talking about the kid who's.
So your mom gave it to you. That makes it even.
Yeah, it makes it even better. So
my mom gave me this.
You are allowed to tell a parent if the kid is kicking you in the back and just because they're being obnoxious, you're allowed to turn around and say, "Hey, stop it!"
Wow.
But
you know what I do? Because they do this at restaurants too. And the kid will sit there and bang their back on it. And so I just keep raising up and looking over at them and looking at the parent like,
notice.
Hello?
Do something.
That's a good way to do it. Like very like
passive aggressive.
Subtle. Yeah.
Also, this is another goes to what you were saying.
Or you say it really loud where they can hear, be like, wow. Oh my gosh, I wish this person would quit kicking me in the back. It's really annoying.
It's really annoying. Yeah.
Yeah.
You think that would work too. It doesn't.
Or you call the flight attendant and you'd be like, and you just say it to the flight attendant loudly and let them do it.
Yeah.
There you go.
And because it's not that hard. Kids,
I've never had this situation.
Neither have I. No, actually I have. Now that I'm thinking about it, I have. And I turned around and said, hey, do you mind not kicking my seat, please? And I never had the problem again. So all you do is just say something. It's a little uncomfortable for about 5 minutes. Then it's done. Over. You're good for the rest of the flight.
It just drives me crazy when the parents don't stop them.
It really does. Because the parents can see that the kid is kicking the back of your seat.
Yeah, that's lazy parenting.
It is.
It's like they're not bothering me, so whatever.
Couple more real quick. You are responsible for yourself when you're asleep. Kelsey, this goes to you. Don't fall asleep on someone's shoulder. You are responsible for that. And if someone nudges you real quick, it's not their fault. They don't want you sleeping on them.
Did y'all see that travel pillow?
Yes. It looks amazing.
Okay,
what do you mean?
Kyle.
It looks amazing.
I sent it because it looks like something else.
It does look like something else,
And
but
then
when you
Kyle says it looks amazing.
No. But when you see how it's used, it's not used in that way. So that third arm that looks a little inappropriate comes down on your neck.
Yeah.
So you can lean it like that.
I've seen this one where you kind of wrap it around it's like a turtle pillow or something, and it like wraps around you. And you just,
yes, the neck pillows are. Yeah. I'm going to have to buy one because I'm going to be on the plane for
I just forget
18 hours, I think.
Oh my
gosh. There and back.
Wow.
9 hours there and back. Yeah.
One time, so I was coming from Las Vegas. I was so exhausted that I fell asleep at the airport, like standing up. Like sitting up straight, and then fell asleep the whole time on the plane. Like I was pretty sure someone was Snapchatting me, and like when you go hard in Vegas, but I wasn't even in Vegas. Like I was just flying out of there.
I'm gonna rapid fire these next the rules here.
Okay.
Don't half stand up when someone needs to get out of the row. So like when someone's squeezing past you in the movie theater, you kind of half stand up. Don't do that on an airplane. Get out of the aisle, let that person get out, and then sit back down because it's such an awkward feat that you have to accomplish when someone
it's your significant other, and then you can use that.
Well, then
as,
that's
like, an
fine.
excuse.
That's quite all right.
And then you like trip and you like fall into their lap.
sorry, honey.
Over.
Do you ever, Kelsey, would you, because you're not married, I can ask you this. If there was like a hot guy, would you be like squishing through and accidentally fall in his lap?
No. I talk a big game, guys, but no.
How about if you were single?
Yes.
Okay. Number 15. By the way, if
Oh, I'm sorry. Where did my hand go?
what's funny is, as a guy, single guy at the moment, if that happens and a girl is trying to like squeeze by, I will get out of the aisle to be to be.
What
full.
if she's hot? Will you stay sitting and hope she falls in your lap?
Well, you
I
have
will-
to because
I will dream about it. Yes.
That would be a meet cute for like a Hallmark movie.
Aw,
Yeah, but what's so irritating about the Hallmark movies is it's not reality. Because if that were to happen, you'd
you
accidentally.
take that back.
Well, of course, that's why they're good. It's because
I
they're
know.
not real.
But what would happen is you'd instead of just like
I
dramatically
thought I was
falling.
watching documentaries.
Instead of the girl just dramatically falling on my lap and going, "Oh, I'm sorry," I would accidentally like put my hand on her butt and then she'd slap me.
Wow.
And, not on purpose, but I'm just saying this is what would happen. And then
You're the creep.
No, I said
It
accidentally.
would be an accident, but that is what would happen accidentally.
I wouldn't complain about it. But anywho, okay, another one. Don't grab the back of every seat when you walk down the aisle.
That just sounds disgusting.
Oh my gosh, I have had passengers like that.
Really?
They're walking by and they just
Passengers,
put their,
are you flying the plane?
No, well, fellow passengers.
Okay.
Who, as they're walking down, I mean, they're grabbing onto these and like.
Oh,
it's
I get
so
it.
annoying.
You know, I have an etiquette.
Do you ever trip people?
I want to. I so want to. Oh my! And you know what else I want to do? I want to step on the people's feet who have their bare feet sticking out in the aisle. You know what I miss? I miss the 50s where people wore suits to go on airplanes. I miss that. Now we wear like shorts and flip flops.
Since you were thriving during that
Okay,
time.
it's
I'm
just-
going to say, because female attire that's dressy is normally not comfortable.
Yeah. I
And if I'm
understand
going on an
that. I
airplane,
understand
I
that.
want to be comfortable.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But don't be sticking your bare foot out
But see-
where everyone can smell and see it.
See what, like, and so I've done it before. So I mean, the problem I have with barefoot people in airports is that you have to take off your shoes and walk, and then like stand in that deal. So, and you have so many other people's bare feet in
yeah.
the same.
I always
spot.
wear sliders with socks.
Yeah,
So that
see-
I can just be in my socks.
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's
see,
fine.
And I forget. Oh man, I almost missed my flight because I was like, it's not worth it. Because I forgot my socks and I was barefoot and I was like,
Yeah. So can they see your naked body when you stand in that thing?
No, it's an X-ray, so they can
But-
see your bones. They can see metal
well,
metallic
if they
objects.
do,
it's not like
metal.
see-through clothes.
No, it's not like
Piercings?
X-rays. Like they can see shapes.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, they can.
Well,
It
that's
makes
why
me
people
very
keep saying
uncomfortable.
thank you after I leave.
I almost took the pat down because they're like, you can do this or a pat down.
Oh.
And I almost did the pat down because I'm like, I don't want all of y'all seeing
You know,
me.
I had a pat down once.
Really? I've never been pat down before. How was
Well,
that?
it wasn't at the airport, but
I've had to step out of line and they do the wand. You know?
Yeah, that
the
happens.
Vegas airport, they would walk next to you. They would pair you off and walk next to you with a dog.
In
And- but-
Seattle,
and
they
you'd
have a
still have
dog
to do
that
it.
just goes up
Yep.
and down while you're waiting in
Yep.
line.
Yep.
Final rule before we call it quits here: do not get turned before you get on the airplane.
You know what?
Feel free. Hold on.
This
Feel
is
free.
where we disagree.
No. Hear me out. Feel free to drink because I drink. It makes it easier for me to sleep. The difference is don't be obnoxiously drunk when you're on the plane with other
It's
people.
only obnoxious if everyone else is sober.
This is true.
So if everyone just
Would
follows
just
my
get drunk.
rule,
Yes.
And
Yes.
some are
I agree.
super funny.
But see, I just have a
This
couple.
one-
I have a couple Jack and Cokes and then I'm asleep.
Oh,
that's
this
it.
one woman I guess she was at the bar with all of her family and stuff, and then she came back and they were like, "Ma'am, is this your bag?" And she goes, "Ouch!" And I'm like, "Oh my god!" And just so loud, she's like, "I'm so sorry." I thought it was so funny, like so loud and hilarious. Oh man,
That'll wrap up the airline travel etiquette. Just be a human being. Be a civilized person out there,
and
guys.
get lit.
And get lit. Thank you so much for
just
listening.
kidding.
Check us on the Mix Morning Show every weekday, 6 to 10 on Mix 107.5, and we'll catch you next time.